Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Treehouse. We are starting off this year with our February episode, and I am so excited to have you here to join me because we have a lot of adventures in store for us today. So if you're ready to get started, we'll go ahead and check out our first adventure. We have our first signs of the year. That's right, we're back for 2021. So are you ready to sign with me? You are perfect. Let's get our fingers ready. So let's warm them up because our first sign takes both of our hands, okay? So we need to have whatever hand you use to write or draw with ready to go because it's going to form the letter C inside. Okay, so it's going to make the shape of the letter C. So if you ever write the letter C on a piece of paper, you'll recognize what we're about to form with our hands. That's the shape of the letter C. Now we're going to take our other hand and use that as a nice table because we're going to set our letter C right on top because we're going to put some chocolate on it because our first sign is chocolate. Do you like chocolate? I do. I got a lot of chocolate over the holidays and I ate it up really quickly. Now we're going to take our C and our hand and we're going to put the C right on top and move it around. So we're going to move it right around. Can you do that? Okay, let's get our hands ready. Make our C. Put your hand right here. Move it around. You're doing a lovely job. I'm imagining all the chocolate I'm eating and it's making me so happy and hungry. I don't think that's gonna make me feel too good. After this, I might have to get some chocolate. And our second sign is the word love. So we're going to take our arms, not just our hands for this sign, but our actual arms. So for our hands, we're gonna make fists. So we're gonna fold our fingers down. They're gonna take a little bit of a nap. They're pretty lucky, right? And now we're gonna cross our arms. Can you do that? Cross your arms and bring them in for a nice hug because when you love someone, all you wanna do is bring them in for a nice big hug, don't you? And that's the sign for love. Do you wanna do that with me? Oh, good. Now, when I do this sign, I like to imagine whoever I love the most. Maybe it's my sister. I like to pick my favorite because I have two. Don't tell them. Now, grab both of your arms and bring them in and squeeze nice and tight. And that's the sign for love. Oh, you're doing such a good job. I can see all the love you're spreading right now and it's beautiful. Great job. I love you. This is the sign I love you. I love you. Can you do that? You're gonna fold down your two fingers right here, stick up your pinky and your pointer finger, and have out your thumb. I love you. And you're gonna shake it. That's right. You wanna do it with me? I love you. Good job. I love you too. Very nice, you guys. Now, we have some more signs. Do you think you're up for the challenge? I knew you would be because February is Black History Month and we're going to learn the sign for Black History Month. Now it's going to take us 3 signs. We're going to have to learn the sign for Black, History, and Month. We'll have to put all 3 signs together. So first, we're going to have to learn the sign for Black. You want to learn it with me? I know I picked the best people to learn it with me. All right, here we go. Now, we need our pointer finger with whatever hand we use to write or color with. So we take our pointer finger and the other fingers, you know what they do, they take a nap. Now, we're going to use that finger and just drag it across our forehead. And this is black. Pretty easy. Black. Very good. You want to try it one more time with me? Here we go. Black. Now that's our first part of Black History Month. Now we have to learn, that's right, history. Now I love history, and Black History Month allows us the opportunity to learn so much about history, right? Now we have to learn the letter H in order to learn history, just like how we learned C for chocolate. Now we're gonna learn H for history. So this is H in sign language. We take our two first fingers on whatever hand we use to write or color with. Can you do that? Your pointer finger and the next finger. Our thumb, you know what it does. It goes to sleep. Same with our next finger and our pinky, all right? Now we're gonna move it so our fingers point outwards. You see how it's pointing towards you? Perfect. Now, what we're going to do, history drops down twice. So I'm gonna go history. Can you do that with me? History. Very good. Now we're gonna do that together at the count of 3. History. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. History. Very good. We just learned the sign for history. So we've got Black history. What's the next sign you think we should learn? That's right, it's month. Very good. Now, this one takes both of our hands. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Now, we are going to take our hands and have our fingers like this. Can you do that? With both the hand that we don't use to write or color with and the hand that we use to color and write with, it is going to move, okay? So it's going to move down, and this is month. So we're gonna move it just down our finger. Can you do that with me? This is month, and it goes towards the back. So, month. Now, we're gonna put these 3 words all together. You wanna practice with me? We have black, which goes like this, black. We have history, which goes like this, history. And then we have month, that goes like this, month. All right, and at the count of 3, we're gonna put it all together. Do you wanna do that with me? All right, so we're going to start with black. So it goes like this. Then we're gonna go with history, which goes like this. Then we're gonna go with month. That goes like this. Very good. 1, 2, 3. Black History Month. Very good, you guys. Thank you so much for signing with me today. I couldn't imagine signing with anyone else. And I couldn't imagine celebrating Valentine's Day or Black History Month with anyone else. Keep signing, and I'll see you guys next time. Hi everyone, welcome to How Is It Made? Today I am so excited to have you here with me because we have an extra special treat. And that's right, we have an actual treat we are going to be making, and we are going to be learning how to make it. Are you excited? Because I know I am, and I'm even more excited because it has to do with food, and food makes me very happy. Now, you may have heard of this treat before. It can be called many different things, puppy chow or even Muddy Buddies, and it doesn't matter what you call it, it's delicious. Now, we are going to need a couple different ingredients. That means we are going to need some things in order to make it. So, first step, we are going to need Chex Mix cereal, and we are going to need 9 cups. That means when we pour the cereal out of the box, it needs to fill up this cup 9 times. I've already done that for us, and I put it all in this large bag. So we're gonna set that aside. Now, you may need to already do that. You're gonna put your cereal aside in a bowl or a bag just like I did. Now remember, you're gonna measure that out 9 times to make 9 cups. Now we need some other ingredients in order to make our cereal taste even better. And I can only think of one thing that can make this even better, and it's chocolate. Chocolate makes everything better. I love chocolate. And peanut butter makes everything better too. And this treat has peanut butter. Oh, and it has vanilla and butter. We need all of those ingredients to make this treat. So, in order for us to add it into our treat, we need to measure them out. Can you help me do that? Perfect. So we're going to pour them into this bowl in order for us to add them to our cereal. But we can't add them into our cereal just the way they are. We have to melt them in the microwave first. But before we do that, we have to pour them into this bowl. Do you think you can help me do that? Perfect. So we're gonna add our butter, 1/4 of a cup into this bowl. Now I have to add my peanut butter in too. We're gonna scoop it all in there. Whoa! Look at all that peanut butter. It's gonna taste so nice and yummy. Do you like peanut butter? Me too. Okay, and now we're going to use some chocolate. Look at those chocolate chips. We're gonna pour that in there. And that's going to taste delicious, especially when we melt our chocolate. And it's going to add some delicious flavor and coat all of that cereal. Now we need vanilla. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon. So we're going to have to be extra careful when we pour our vanilla onto our teaspoon. So we're gonna measure nice and carefully. Steady, steady. Oh, and we did it, and we're gonna pour it in. Good job. Now we have all of our ingredients in our microwavable safe bowl. Now our next step is to microwave it so we can melt all the ingredients in order to add it to our cereal. Wow, now that we have everything all melted, all of our ingredients, it's that special time where we get to add our chocolate, peanut butter, butter, and vanilla to our cereal. All right, now it's time to bring out our cereal. This is our 9 cups of cereal, remember? We had our measuring cup from earlier, and we took out our package of Chex cereal and measured out 9 cups and set it aside. Now it's finally time to add our melted ingredients to that bag. So this is where we might need help, okay? This bowl is a little hot. Remember, we just had it in the microwave. So we may need a grown-up or even some oven mitts or a washcloth to help when it comes to picking this up. Mine is a little cool, so I can use my bare hands. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna hold the bowl right over this opening in the bag, and I'm gonna pour my warm melted ingredients into the bag. And what this is going to do, it's going to cover, that's right, it's gonna cover all of that cereal that's in the bag. And what we're going to do afterwards, ooh, it's falling. Don't fall on me, Mr. Cereal. You need the chocolate on you. That's okay, because you see how it's falling in there? All of that's going to be covered once I start shaking it. But, you see that? We need to close it up first, because we can't have it falling out of the bag. I like chocolate way too much to waste it. So we need to press really hard to make sure it's sealed. Now once it's sealed, what we're going to do is take the bag and shake it. You think you can do that? You take both your hands and you move them up and down. Can you do that right now? That's right, just like that. Now we're gonna take that and do the same thing to our bag, because you see how that chocolate's right there? We need it to all cover our cereal. so that all of our pieces of cereal have chocolate and peanut butter. Now that we've coated all of this cereal with our chocolate and peanut butter, it's time to add our last ingredient. Now, do you know what that is? It's powdered sugar, and we need 2 cups. I've already have 1 cup set aside for us. We're going to pour that cup into the bag. Do you think you can help me with that? Perfect. Now, I love this part because it looks like we're adding snow into our creation. So let's pour our snow in. Let it snow into our bag. Look at those snowflakes pouring. It's beautiful. And I'm super excited because just like before, where we got to shake, shake, shake our bag, we get to shake, shake, shake our bag one more time to have our nice, lovely powdered sugar coat all of our cereal once again, because the powdered sugar gets to stick onto our extra melty peanut butter and chocolate now that it's stuck onto our cereal. So we have to pour out 1 more cup of powdered sugar. Now, one thing to keep in mind is maybe when you are shaking your bag, you may notice there's not enough powdered sugar. Guess what? If 2 cups isn't enough, you get to add in more. It's however much you need. Okay, I've measured out 2 cups now. Do you know what my next step is? That's right, I get to shake my bag 1 more time, and I need your help. I need to do 1 more thing before I shake my bag, and that's seal it, because I don't want any of that powdered sugar snow to blow up in my face, right? So let's seal this bag, and we get to shake it 1 more time with your help. So we get to shake it up and down, maybe side to side, and up and down again, back and forth. Your help is really appreciated, because I'm excited for this yummy treat. Now look at that! You and I made this delicious treat. I could eat all of this right now. I think I might just have 1, or maybe 2, or maybe 3. Sometimes when I make a delicious treat, I just can't stop eating them. Are you the same way too? You are? Now you have to make some of this at home, and maybe let us know if you make them, because they're so good. Now you know how it's made, and you'll have to make some of these. And join us next time for another edition of How It's Made. Now I'm gonna take these and go home and eat the rest. See you next time. The Chinese New Year is the first day of the first month on the Chinese calendar. It lasts 15 days until the Lantern Festival. Each year has an animal attached to it. Some of the animals are a tiger, dragon, a dog, and even a monkey. If you want to know what your animal is, visit kids.nationalgeographic.com. You might wonder who celebrates the Chinese New Year, and I can tell you the holiday is celebrated by all of China as well as Chinese people around the world. To celebrate, people have parties and fireworks the night before. They also celebrate a lot of traditions like cleaning the house, doing the dragon dance, and even lighting of firecrackers. For 2021, the Chinese New Year will be on February 12th, and the animal of the year will be an ox. People born in the year of the ox are said to be known for their strength, determination, and dependability. Isn't that interesting? To learn more about the Chinese New Year, visit ducksters.com.
So, to put it simply, Black History Month is a time that has been set aside, a nationally recognized time, to actually explore and then really get invested in a part of the history of this country and this world as a whole that often doesn't get talked about. a little bit of background on Joe Louis. So Joe Louis was raised in Detroit. He was actually born down south. He moved to Detroit when he was about 12 years old, into an area that was known at that time as Black Bottom, which unfortunately doesn't exist. But that's where his family moved to when they moved up here. What's really interesting is that he got into boxing basically to avoid being a part of gang life. He was really proficient at it and obviously became the heavyweight champion. But what's really cool is that he was a person that was always giving back to his communities. And so he bought locations when he started earning money as a champion in the boxing realm, started buying locations to support his family and his friends. But he also, as you stated, he bought a farm in Shelby Township.
In 1938, we all know Joe Louis was a world champion boxer and bought Spring Hill Farm to use as a retreat for Joe and his family. Well, Joe, not only was he a world champion boxer, and he loved to box, but he also loved horses, and he loved to ride, and he loved to collect different breeds of horses. He had something like 20 different horses. So over at Spring Hill Farm, he built stables and corrals, and he also wanted to have people, a lot of people around him. He was very friendly and liked lots of people around. So he also turned Spring Hill Farm into an entertainment center. He put in a restaurant, a clubhouse at the house. He built a dance hall. He installed barbecue pits and picnic areas. It is actually in Riverbends Park. It's on the Woodall side, and it's near the archery range. The house isn't there anymore. It burned down in 1972. But there are some foundation stones that you can see. You can see kind of where the house was.
And there is where he was doing his training and he bought a stable. So he had a lot of interests other than boxing. He was an avid golfer. He's actually the first African-American to ever play on a PGA golf tour. He was a military man. He served in World War II from 1942 to 1945. He was actually in the same regiment as Jackie Robinson, the first African-American to play professional baseball. His sense of community left a legacy, which is why we honor him in Detroit so much. If you're ever down on Jefferson Avenue, you see that giant fist. The Red Wings used to play at Joe Louis Arena. Like we honored the legacy that he left because he was, I don't want to say an acceptable human being, but he was an accepted human being.
Hi everyone, I'm Brenna, and today I'm going to name my favorite movies that I watch this month. Now, the first one I want to talk about features one of my favorite princesses of all time. She's determined, hardworking, and dreams of opening up the best restaurant in New Orleans. Can you guess what it is? You're right! It's Princess and the Frog. This movie centers Tiana, who meets a frog that turns out to be Prince Naveen, who was turned into the creature by the evil Dr. Facilier. Prince Naveen thinks he can reverse the curse by planting a giant kiss on Tiana, but instead, it turns her into a frog as well. The two embark on a frog adventure, hoping to find a voodoo priestess who can change them back to humans. Now, the next movie I want to highlight is a magical film full of singing, dancing, and evil witches. It's Enchanted. This movie starts out with the Giselle getting ready to marry the Prince Charming. However, the evil stepmother sends the princess away to New York City. She embarks on a journey to find her way back to her Prince Charming. And along the way, she meets the divorce lawyer Robert and his daughter. I love this movie because it's magical, thrilling, and funny. Now, the third movie I want to talk about is my favorite movie to watch on February 14th. Do you know what happens on February 14th? You're right! It's Valentine's Day! and I love celebrating this wonderful day by watching Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown. This film follows Charlie Brown as he hopes to receive Valentine's cards, and Linus attempts to give one to his teacher. Now, the last movie I want to mention is Soul. Have you seen Soul? This movie centers Joe Gardner, a middle school music teacher who finally gets the chance of a lifetime to achieve his dreams. However, due to a tragic accident, his soul is separated from his body and begins to head towards the great beyond. Joe succeeds in escaping, but ends up in the great before. He has to work with a soul who is training to be sent to Earth in order to make it back to his body before it's too late. You can see some of these films and many more by going to the Shelby Township Library. Thank you so much for listening to my Movie Picks of February. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!
All right, everyone, it is time for the Treehouse Gallery. This is a time for us to take a look at all of the artwork you guys have sent in. Now, we asked you to send in some artwork having to do with some of your favorite activities to do over the winter. That could be drinking hot chocolate, going sledding, building a snow person, whatever that may be. We asked you to send in some artwork, and I am so excited to check it out. Let's go take a look. What you like to do over the winter? Now I have to consider doing some of those activities. That looked like so much fun. You guys, thank you for sharing that. Now, do you think you're up for the challenge for our next Treehouse Gallery? You are? Well, for March, we are going to ask you to draw your favorite book or your favorite character from a book. Do you know why? Well, it's because March is Reading Month. That's right. I am so excited to celebrate Reading Month. I love to read books, and I really look up to some of my favorite characters from books. And I'm super excited to see what kind of books you love and the characters you love too. So make sure you send those in. Now, I really look forward to seeing you next time. So until our next adventure, play fair, play together, and play nice. See you guys.